Well, good day everyone. I thought today we would do a wine making video. Now, I promised a couple of people that I would do a wine making video. So, William Otterwell and Harold Fernandez, here's your video. So, as you can see behind me here, move this way, camera's all set up right there. Everything's all set up in the kitchen to make the wine. So what we're going to be using today is we're going to be using 1 can of cranberries for 1 gallon of wine, and 2 of those little fruit cocktail cups from Del Monte to make the 2nd gallon of wine. Alright, are you ready? Let's go make some wine. Alright, is everybody ready to make some wine? Let's make some wine. Here we go. First thing you're going to need is you're going to need gallon jars. Pickle jars and relish jars, the restaurant size, are the best for doing this. Hang on a second, I want to turn this around just so I can see what I'm giving to you. Nope. Don't let me turn it that way. Okay, I can turn it this way. No, I can't see. No, here we go. Alright, so, yes, gallon jars are the best. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to fill this with lukewarm water, only that far, okay, only up to there, maybe a quarter or a third of the way. So let's fill it up, a quarter or a third of the way, like so. And we're good on this one. That's how much I fill it up with first. That's the first one. That's the second one. Now, you want to measure out and make sure and measure out 3 cups of sugar per gallon, okay? Here we go. You have a plug for Rogers granulated sugar, the only best white sugar there is. I know a lot of people call this shit white death, but it's the sugar you have to use to make wine. You cannot use any other sugar. So, we have our measuring cup, and it is in cups. It shows 2 cups here, so I'll do 2 plus 1. Now this is 1 cup exactly. I know I've used it for my rice when I measure my rice out, because I measured that 1 cup of rice in here, dumped it into here, and that's 1 cup. So, one. Okay, it's just over 1 cup. 2. 2 cups. 2 cups of sugar. 3 cups of sugar. We take our wooden spoon, and you stir it up good. Make sure that the sugar dissolves good. While that one's working its way around, we'll do this one here. Same thing. One, 2. It doesn't matter if you're a bit over. It just prolongs the It prolongs the brewing time. That's all it does. Okay, so we're good to go on the sugar. Now I want to agitate this up, make sure stir it up enough so that the sugar can dissolve. Next, what I'm going to do, put the sugar away. Put it away, it's not in your way, right? So, first one we're going to use is like so. Okay? There we are. Like so. I make this stuff all the time. It tastes great. It's beautiful. We're going to open that up. First thing we're going to do, and before I open that up, is I'm going to take out my yeast. Everybody says you need to use champagne yeast, or you need to use brewer's yeast. No, you don't. You can use ordinary baker's yeast. That's what I use. This jar used to be full to the brim. I keep a bag over it and a seal around the bag with an elastic band to stop bugs from getting inside, because they can fit through these little seals in the jar. Okay? So that saves your yeast. Although you do want your yeast to, you want your yeast to be able to breathe, but, okay, so I'm going to take an ordinary tablespoon, jar of yeast, 1 tablespoon in that one, 1 tablespoon in that one. 1 tablespoon each, that's all you need. Alright? Now, that's all you need is that spoon. Okay. So now I'm going to open the cranberry sauce. They're actually just cranberries in juice. Don't ever open a can while it's on a towel. It's 10 times as much work. There we go. Now, in goes the cranberries. Just like so. We'll clean out that can in a minute. Alright. Now, I want to give that a good stir again. Just like so. And then, what we're going to do is we're going to fill that up with the requirement of water that it needs. There we go. You want it to be just a bit away from the top, okay? See? You want it to be just a bit away from the top. Now, what I do to stop flies from getting in, because no matter where you live, there's lots of flies. So, we got here the Glad cling wrap. Now the Glad cling wrap is going to give me a hard time, because it always does. We're going to take a piece of this, and it goes over the top of the jar. Pull it firm. Take an elastic band and around the top of the jar. It goes to hold the plastic tight. Then, sorry to the camera, you take a pin, okay, You take a pin and you poke, 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 poke some holes so that it can breathe. That's great. Now it can breathe just fine. I need to grab a magnet for this so I don't lose it. I keep magnets everywhere. Magnets come in handy. Alright, so now I'm going to put this jar under the sink because it likes a dark, warm place for it to work. And it needs to be the right temperature to work, and that's the right temperature between 7 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's perfect. Let's finish off the other batch. That was the cranberry. Now we're going to use these cute little Del Monte fruit cups. I'm going to use 2 of these because 2 of these equal to a can. I want juice and all, everything inside of here. How do you get these damn things open? There we go. And there's one. There's 2. Now I'm going to give that a stir, just like that. Mix, 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 right? Well, as you see, it cut me off at the end there, but all you got to do is make sure you have your cover over the top, the saran wrap, with a few holes poked in it with a pin, and put it in a dark, warm place like under the sink, and you've got your wine in 25 to 30 days. The fruit will fall to the bottom, the wine will become clear, and that's when you know how to filter and bottle your wine. That's when you know when to do it. And we'll do a video on that at a later time when this wine that I've just made or just started brewing is finished. And then we'll do a filtering and bottling video. Thank you all. Keep your pans wet, your shovels dirty.